Hello there, this is DJ. I'm going to be playing some more Dwarf Fortress. We're going to go back into PickWrung. Let's go ahead and start it off. I really enjoy the music of Dwarf Fortress. I have the soundtracks. Whenever I take a long road trip, I put Dwarf Fortress soundtrack in the car, and I listen to that. So we had captured some crows. We had set up a dining area, kitchen area. We want to put a stockpile back here. We want to go ahead and do custom. And we want all of these, none of these, barrels, large pots. So basically this is going to be all of the empty barrels and pots we're going to store here for brewing with. We'll gather those from everywhere. And then we'll come to our main general stockpile. We'll do a custom. And we're going to come into furniture and we will turn off barrels and large pots. And we want to also check on the animals. Okay, so we captured those 2 ravens in episode 3, and we had marked them for training. So now if we come to pets and livestock, we see these semi-wild caged stray ravens. I don't want ravens. Not really interested. I could go through and I could just manually make each one of these go take to the butcher station. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set it. Let's just pause for a moment. I hit the tilde key. I'm opening up DF hack. I haven't really used DF hack in this run through. Other than a couple of the UI things for showing us our skills growing. I haven't run any DF hack commands. So what I did was I hit my tilde, opened up DF hack, I typed in GUI. So these are all the user interfaces that DF hack gives me. What I want to go is the auto butcher. Hit enter. That's going to open up the auto butcher menu. One thing I don't care for is right now you can see a slight difference between donkeys and the rest of them. Now I'm gonna mouse. I'm clicking the up and down key, and you can see I'm on donkeys, I'm on cats, I'm on ducks, I'm on ravens. That one is highlighted. You can also mouse click. So now I'm on ducks. Now I'm on ravens, but you can barely tell it visually. I am colorblind. I'm not black and white colorblind, but I am green-red colorblind. And so this is hard for me to see. It's not green or red, but visually that's just difficult for me to tell which one is selected. So I'm going to highlight the ravens. Now down here I have all these different things, and I can click on them, or I can hit the hotkey that's right next to it. So I'm going to use this one here, set row targets to 0 with a small r. So I'm going to just hit small r. Okay, it removed them off of this list because right here I have show only targets with non-zero on. So if I turn that back off, now I can come and I can see that I have 2 ravens. I've set them to 0. Now this is auto butcher, so anything that's set to 0 is going to be butchered. So basically this also, since auto butcher is on, so I have 3 donkeys right now. What this tells me is I have 1 female, but I have a max set to 4. I have 0, oh, that's female kids, so I have 1 small female donkey. I have 1 female adult donkey, and I have 1 male adult donkey. Now, with auto butcher set on, I have a max of 2 male adults 4 female adults, 2 male kids, 4 female kids. So basically this is a way to control without having to manually go in and say, butcher this one, butcher this one, butcher this one. You can also geld animals if you don't want, if you want some of that race of animals around, but you don't want them breeding, you could geld the males. A lot of times that is not enjoyable to the animal and they will fight you. So when you set something up for gelding, you may end up getting hurt. One of your dwarves can get hurt. You'll notice here also there's a 0 plus 1. So we have pets, and pets cannot be butchered. You can geld a pet, but you can't butcher a pet. The pet has an emotional connection to a dwarf and an owner. And so when that pet dies, it's going to cause emotional trouble for that dwarf. It also, in the reverse, happens if your dwarf dies and your pet loses its owner, that pet will become sad as well. So this one tells me that I currently have 1 female adult donkey who is a pet. So I have a female kid duck who is a pet, and I have a dog, female adult dog, that is a pet. So I can't auto butcher those. They won't be butchered. I can't even manually go in and butcher those. So you can change those numbers. I stay with the defaults for quite a while. If I come in and I can go with pet livestock, if I come down, here is that duckling. It's a pet, so it's been named Toulon, Udalmosis, pet duckling. It's owned by Nomal Udib Lilam. So that's the only one marked here as a pet. So I am not sure why. Okay, so we have a stray donkey, tame, stray donkey foal. That's female, female. Where's the other donkey? Stray donkey male, unavailable as a pet. I'm not sure why it's showing as, they were showing in Auto Butcher as me having some more pets, but the only one here is showing is this Toulon. Oh well, we'll figure it out later. Okay, nope. These are the cats, and they are uninterested in, these two are uninterested in having owners right now, so that's fine as well. Okay. Somebody's going to come and grab these ravens here eventually. We can watch that. Let's go. Pets. Let's go here. Oh. Pets. Let's look at this one. There we go. Hit a camera. Someone will come and grab this raven here in a moment. We probably don't have enough dwarves currently. And maybe enable auto TCGR auto butcher. Okay, so I enabled it. Might have been disabled. I have a lot of dwarves hanging out in the bar. They should come along and take care of that. We did smooth the floor in here. So let's go in and look at labor and go to engravers. And let's just have Silob and Do we want Dakos? Dakos are a minor. Psylob is a master, so let's just have Psylob do that for now. And now I'm going to engrave the floor. So I come down to set wall engraving. I'm going to say engrave artwork into a smooth wall or floor. So we smooth the floors. Now we can engrave the floors. Nice engravings will make the dwarves happy when they're around them. Looks like we might have just got some more. Fortress attracted no migrants this season. Yeah, I was thinking that would probably happen with the animals that we have and with that trading post getting destroyed. You can get a bad reputation and nobody wants to come and live with you. What will probably most likely happen is I'll go through maybe 2 or 3 seasons without getting any migrants, and then I'll get like a batch of 20 or 30 migrants at the same time. That's what happens. I do need a new trading post. We tore that one down. Let's throw a new one in. Let's unlock the door so that they can get here to do that. We can leave this gate up until we get wagons trading with us. Right now the traders will come through here and they'll be a little bit more protected. Once this is open, let's say I got traders and I got more giant birds coming in, giant Kias coming in at the same time. The Kias can fly through here too. But with these doors open, the merchants can come and bring their animals around through here. Just clearing the spot so we can put the trading post in. And we have a new trading post. Excellent. What I'd like to do is I'd like to get another work area set up and start getting set up for metal processing. I also want to call out here, so remember when we set up this craft store station and we came into workers and we set it for idle, allow idle dwarves to satisfy crafting needs, and we put the output to this stockpile here. Well, we do have a bin here that has a rock salt crown and a rock salt ring, so dwarves have been coming along. We can unpause. And they've been making stuff at the craft station. One thing we can also do, excuse me, is we can set this stockpile to trading. So now, you notice it's in yellow now. So whenever traders arrive, the dwarves will come and automatically take a stockpile. And they will drag anything that's in the stockpile up to the trade depot. We brewed the stray ravens, both of the stray ravens. I do want to check these cages because those ravens were fed while they were in these cages in the stockpile. Sometimes you'll have loose seed sitting in the cages, which will keep the cages from being reused. So they're bringing the empty pots up here. We do need to get more carved out stone-wise. We want a work area for metalworking. Let's put our metalworking maybe over in this general area. And then we'll also want an area for making cloth and leather working area. So let's go put in those 2 work areas. We're going to do a very similar layout to this. We can most likely, let's see, they are making beds and have orders for beds. We can put in another carpenter station right here so that we can have 2 people, just kind of like here we have 2 people making stone things at the same time. We can have 2 stations for making beds at the same time. just like that. So let's go ahead and carve out this direction. This hallway is kind of might be turning into a main hallway, which can be problematic. We might have to put a separate tavern down here so that we don't have too many people crowding through this hall. It is 3 wide, which is a good size, but we might have to do a little bit of tweaking and working to if we start seeing traffic build up once we get more dwarves. Over clicking. Do something like this, something like that, something like that. Erase that one. We want in center. Something like that. Something like that. Get some extra. Let's just open that area up so easy access. We will bring all of our so like this lignite and any metal like these limonite, we're going to stockpile just like we stockpiled here. We can also set up a clothing. One of the traps, easy trap to fall into would be to do all the things. You can definitely focus your fort on one type of thing. I'm gonna have the best tavern in my world. I'm gonna have the best library, which we do need to set up a library here. Or you can basically do everything so that your dwarves always have all the best of everything. You make everything, you do everything. It's an easy trap to fall into. Why do I say it's a trap? Because you can focus and just be focused specifically and not be a generalist. It's just like a career and a job. You could be a generalist or a hyper specialized, and you can have a fort be hyper specialized. We could hyper specialize into weapons making and make the best weapons that are out there. We do, with opening up this metalworking, I would like to get some flux stone, as flux stone will get us steel. Now, that's going to require us digging deeper. Look at all these anvils that I picked up. So I'm kind of set for anvils, or I might not have to make any myself. Flux stone I'm going to have to dig deeper for, and they might actually be at the same level of the first cavern. There is a DF hack command that you can run called prospecting. And you can run prospect all, and it tells you where each level of the rocks are located. I'm not going to run that one. It kind of gives you a little too much information. I want to be surprised. I'm just carving out this little bit because there are some gemstones in that. There's some gemstones up here too. Gemstones there and gemstones there. We're going to grab those. Oh, there's some gemstones down here. Big stones here. That's nice. We'll build in some walls to fix that. If you notice when I built in this wall, it had little X's around these three because it was keeping me from building the walls and blocking those in. It's a nice little nice to have. But you won't get that in vanilla. You'll just go ahead and looks like there's a tiger iron cluster there too. You could actually dig something out and then block yourself away from that. So put in a wall like here. I kind of want a wall here. I want a wall here, and I want a wall here. So if I put in these two pieces of wall, I won't be able to put in this back wall here. So let's construction suspended. I want to put in this one first. Someone run along. We'll put in this one. We'll put in this one. And now we want to put in this one, and then we can put in these additional two. I don't have enough blocks to do all of these, so they're going to have to cut some more blocks. And we're just waiting on that one for more blocks. And we want this. We want this. They just need to cut more blocks. He's hauling a block from way across the board. So that's why it'd probably be good for me to set up a quantum stockpile so that all my blocks are centrally located. So they stop hauling these ones over from across the board. So let's build some workstations. Let's build two clothing stations. Two leather stations. It just really depends on your needs at the time for what you think you're going to need. I'm going to build some looms. We may need some more looms in the future. It depends. Once we get down to the caverns, there's some spiders in the caverns, and we might, if there are spiders in the caverns, and if there is webbing available, we can start grabbing that webbing and making cloth out of it. So let's also set up a dyer station. We don't have the real materials to do it yet, to do the dyeing, and we'll try and figure that out. I haven't figured that one out yet. I haven't done dyeing. I haven't seen any videos of dyeing. So it'll be figuring it out as we go to make the dye material. There's a lot of pretty colors that came out with the dyeing as that came available. They used a really dark stone here. What did we use? Sylvite. I mean, this loom is sylvite. So that dyer station just came out really dark. That's cool. And then, see, like that one got blocked in. So let's fix that. I couldn't get to the back one first, and so they didn't complete that in the order I was expecting them to. We'll just do onesie twosies here. They need to make some more blocks. What does my work order look like for rock blocks? 4 rock blocks. Less than 4. Let's go ahead and up that number. We're always going to need blocks as we build stuff out. And it's good to have them on hand. We can also put in a metalsmithing. We can put in 2 metalsmithing because we have all the animals. We could probably put in 4, but I think we'll save them for later when we actually move downstairs. We need some smelters. We will need a furnace of wood furnace. We can put in a glass furnace. And we can put in a kiln. Some of these are marked as magma furnaces. Those ones, once we get down, dig deep enough to get to some, hopefully, survive long enough to get to some lava, we can build the magma furnaces. Right now, we're going to have to be using materials. We'll want to make some coke. We'll get that out of the bituminous coal, these ones, and the lignite. We can get coke out of those. And that's more efficient than burning all of our wood. We do need to burn some wood initially just to get some charcoal. Let's go ahead and do that. Make some charcoal. We need to make some iron chains. We have a traction bench that we still want for the hospital. Also, if I look at my hospital and I delve in here, I can see that I want some soap and I need some powder for casts. I know we could, we don't have any fat or tallow yet, I don't think, for making soap. You can see, oh, we have tallow. We could make soap. I don't think we've seen anything for making powder for casts out of. So look, we're just going to make that charcoal first. We can, if we have enough buckets. It looks like we have some buckets laying around. So let's make soap, but let's do it like this. Make soap from tallow. We want to make one soap. And we want bars. I haven't done this rule in a while. So soap item. There we go. Amount of soap bars. That's what we're looking for. Gets less than 5. So we're going to have a rule where if the soap bars gets less than 5, if I have a lye containing item greater than 0, and I have a tallow blob greater than 0. So basically what they're waiting for is this lye containing item. So then I'm going to make another rule that is make ash. We will not put any rules around that, and we'll just make 5 ashes. Hospital wanted 5 soaps. Okay. And the ash doesn't take anything like the bucket. So lye takes a bucket. So now we want make lye. We'll want to make 1 lye. When ash is greater than 0. Okay. So what do we have? We're going to make 5 ashes. That'll make us make 5 lyes. And then we're going to make 1 soap whenever we get a lye ready for soap. So in the end, we should end up with 5 soaps in our hospital. Let's go look and see. Okay, so we've gone through and he's carved out the entire floor of this temple. Now when I click on one of these engravings, I can read the engraving. So these are all, they all have different names of what was engraved. That's in the blue. Shago Furat, the static virginity, engraved on the wall floor, is a superior designed image of a world of polished construct, the forgotten beast parchment scroll. This was carved by Silab Eturdud. Each one of these tiles that has a little dwarf face on it has been carved and has a different picture on it. Once they get enough skill to start doing masterwork engravings, this room's value, let's look at the zone. This value right now is 2,300 just from the engravings that I put on the floor. So what we can do is, let's take this doctor's, its value is currently 100. So let's go ahead and smooth the floor. Smooth the floor under the door also. So the people who are currently standing here are going to start smoothing. Everybody else is going to run. Smoothing is set for everybody available to come and smooth something. That can be bad, but we don't have to worry about that right now, I don't think. Why can that be bad? It's if a dwarf can get into a mood where they want to become a specialist or a master in something, and they'll get into moods for something that they've experienced or something that they want to do. And by me having everybody smooth the floors, they could want to master some useless stoneworking of smoothing floors instead of mastering something cool. You know what I also need? I need a soap makers. We were workshops. Soap makers workshop. We put the rule there, but we didn't actually put a soap makers workshop here. So let's go ahead and engrave the floor here. Now this room was 100. Let's just look real quick. I smoothed the floor. So now this room's value is 1,000, just from a smooth floor. I could smooth the walls as well, or I could replace the walls with stone walls, which would increase the value. But now I'm gonna etch the floor with my master etcher engraver. We'll come along and do exactly like we did in that temple downstairs. Now we could do the same thing in the bar, just so that we're, one, getting the experience built up on our engraver so that they can get some really high quality engravings. 7 thieving or mischievous creatures. Archaeas are back. But now they don't have anything. They could steal some wood that's sitting on the ground, but this is a very tree dense area, so I'm okay if they steal some wood. They could fly in the door, make sure this hatch is locked. They could fly through the door, but they'll get trapped. So I don't think the Kias are going to be as much problem anymore now that we have this setup. So I was just taking a look to see if any of them were going to come flying through the door. Let's go see where they're hanging out. There's some giant flies as well. Come here, you. Let's go ahead and put a camera on you. Just take a look where you're flying around to. Way up in the sky. Top of the trees. Ground level. They're just flying all over the place. Looking around for anything they can steal. Get out of camera mode. Let that Kia fly around. We also have the pup here. There are creatures that can bypass my traps, but if they're spotted by the dog, then that's all right. We have some sandy clay here sitting on the ground. We might want to move that clay just because it's blocking that door and it's keeping that door open. It's never a good thing to keep a door open. Also some wood on the ground. We will go ahead and take care of that wood as well. Okay, so now that door is closed. That can get you sometimes when a dwarf drops something right in a door. And you want that door closed. Yeah. It can cause bad things. Or fun times. Okay, you can see right here, here's Silob, and that flashing is Silob is working on the floor. So they just finished this floor, moving on to the next floor. So they're going to go through and make this room better. If I look, it's not there yet. We'll see the value increase, and especially once these are engraved with really nice pictures, or once Silob gets up to the part where Silob can engrave Masterworks, then that can really increase the value. So we have a Dingo Man Poet visiting. Let's go take a look at the Dingo Man Poet. There's a little dog man, Dingo Man. The Kias are scaring the Dingo Man. He might get scared away. He might leave the map. He's coming to our tavern. Sometimes what you can do too is, and what I like to do is, I'll make an upstairs tavern for visitors and keep the inside tavern for dwarves of my community inside where it's safer. Having an open tavern like this is a little bit asking for trouble. People can come and pick fights in your tavern. People can later come and steal things. So you can make it a lot safer by having the upstairs tavern, but where's the fun in that? Now this room has been fully etched. It's about 1,000 still, so he didn't really put any great floor carvings down. We might want to increase the size of this room. Make it more size can really help. I mentioned in, I think, episode 2, that all and auto thing that can get you every time. Where you have auto, your auto allows you to mine out a specific stone or gemstone or something like that. Instruction is inactive. Let's go ahead. I want that fixed. So I am going to open that up just so we can fix that. Someone grab a block, please. Thank you. Put one in there. Sometimes you have to fiddle. There's a gemstone in that wall right there. did we get any soap? Making lye. Am I missing that workstation as well? Ashery. Yep. What I'm going to do as well, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to turn off bars and metal, none. Bars, other materials. This is where the soap bars, the ash, everything like that, I'll just have them leave, and the coal, I don't want them bringing it over here to this stockpile. I want them to leave coal and coke in this general area. So let's set up a stockpile right here. This is going to be our metal, and we want stone. We want metal ores, all of that. We also want lignite and bituminous coal. I'm not sure what type of flux stone we will be getting. I'm going to go ahead and say bring that here too. We should probably dig down and find that. We want to have more wheelbarrows here. So let's add some wooden wheelbarrows. We want 6 more? Yeah, we asked for 6. Let's go ahead and also set up the quantum stockpile to clear out these stones. We're going to put a quantum stockpile. Let's go ahead and put it right in the middle here. So I am going to view the stockpile. I'm going to edit it. I'm going to erase these 2 tiles here. What a quantum stockpile is see how these stones are all, individual stone is sitting by itself in one square. This stone, or this square just contains this one stone here, rock salt. So I'm going to use a minecart here at this location. They're going to load rocks into the minecart, and then they're going to dump the minecart out at this location. And I'll get a stack of stones here. So all of the stones on the map can be brought to one location. So I'm going to make another stockpile here. I'm going to just say stones, and I'm going to say other stones. All the other stones is fine. I'm going to turn off collect from everywhere. I'm going to turn off wheelbarrows. I'm going to turn off bins. Now I want to build a track stop. What the track stop does is it gives me the ability to dump a minecart in a direction. So if I was building a long rail system right here, and I wanted to move stones from point A to point B, I can put a track stop and I could say, dump everything here. I can have a rail that has multiple track stops on it. I could have a big loop. For a quantum stockpile, I'm building one track stop. It's not connected to this rail here, any rail. I'm just building a track stop. You can make this be connected to a rail that goes off and they bring the stone here, kind of thing. I'm just gonna feed it from this stockpile here is gonna feed the minecart. I'm gonna dump this direction. So stockpile, the track stop is gonna dump to this square here. Okay. We'll give them a second to put in the track stop. I don't need a bin there. No bins. No, nothing there. Okay. You can see the little red dots there now. That is my track stop is now in place. So now I can build a wooden minecart. You can build minecarts out of a whole bunch of different material. Wood is lighter and less likely to cause damage. Let's say I built a big rail system and I had an iron minecart going through that rail system. Well, that iron minecart could hurt somebody. So let's see if we can. So here's that make lie rule. Did I get any ash bars? Let's go look. You can come up here to stocks, see what bars you have. I do have ash bars. They're just moving metal rocks into this stockpile here. What I'll eventually do is I'll set up another quantum stockpile so that they bring all the metals here. Hey, someone's doing something here. Hey, we brought the ash. We're making some lye. We have that 5 lye bars. Okay, we have a bucket filled with lye. We can go ahead and put a camera on that. We can just watch that for a second. Somebody's gonna come and grab it. Here we go. We're gonna move it over to the storeroom. It's good to watch what actually happens with a thing so you can see what inefficiencies you have. So now that we have lye, there is that work order to make soap. So eventually someone will come along, hit the work order. They're all busy moving barrels and moving rocks around. So they're all pretty busy right now. But if we look at our orders, make soap from tallow is now an active thing. Let's go back to the lye for just a moment. We should have someone come along here any minute. And maybe we'll move on. Yeah, you don't have a whole lot of control of what your dwarves are doing and the priority that they're doing them in. How are our drinks? Okay, we're doing okay for drinks. Okay, so make lye completed successfully. Wooden minecarts. We made 4 wooden minecarts because we'll need some more. We made the wheelbarrows for the metal. We did make a soap, has been completed, so we have at least 1 soap. If we come back to our hospital, we can look in here. I have 2 soaps on hand already. I don't have any good stone for making casts out of yet. So now I am gonna basically activate this quantum stockpile because nothing's happening right now. So I'm going to come down here to the minecart route. I'm going to set a new route. I'm going to pick the track stop. I'm going to assign a minecart to that track stop. I'm going to say that this minecart takes all stone. Then I'm going to say that this minecart choose a stockpile from which the track stop vehicle will take items. We're going to take from here. And there's all the rules. We're not going to do any rules. We're just going to load up the minecart and dump it. So this central spot here, everybody's loading the rock in and then it's instantly moving the rock into the minecart and then dumping to this quantum stockpile. So now I have a stack of rocks. Then they're taking the wheelbarrows out and they're gathering all these other loose rocks. So this will keep my dwarves pretty busy as I'm mining everything. We'll set up another quantum stockpile here for the metal so that we can do processing pretty easily. Okay, how are we doing? Let's see. Let's go ahead and smooth here. Let's make a rule for coke. We'll make it out of bituminous coal. 3 is fine. Coke on hand. Let's set that to 20. Each one will make quite a bit. Let's also make coke from lignite. And we'll set that to 20. Once the total of coke, it works for both of these. So once the coke is at 20, they won't make any more of either of those. So this gets us always having coke on hand. We have a crossbow human elite crossbowman visiting, and we have a hammer dwarf visiting coming to the tavern. We should probably start digging down to see if we can find some flux stone. Excuse me. Now, since I have my metalworking here and my stoneworking here, we're going to be hauling a whole bunch of stuff, because this one definitely is going to haul a lot. Because every stone we reveal, someone's going to go grab a wheelbarrow and grab a stone. So as I mine down more, so maybe what we can do is, I have this area that I can extend my tavern into, so I don't want to put a path here. We could come out this way, and maybe up here behind this dining hall, we'll make a path down to look for stones. Let's do that. Maybe right here, we do a stairwell down. And right here, maybe we'll put a barracks to protect from anything coming up. Let's go ahead and start with that. It's probably pretty safe, but that's famous last words. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll go 10 down. I'm gonna make a kind of like a 5-sided dice of stairs. This gives the dwarfs when they're running up and down the stairs, they can run into each other. So let's say you're running down the stairs, you run into another dwarf, you can jump over into this next stairwell to get around the door, so they won't bump into each other. That gives us 10 levels down. And then what we can do is, if we don't accidentally hit something scary in those 10 levels, we will break off and we'll do some exploratory digging down, see if we can hit the caverns. Sometimes you'll randomly hit the caverns really high up, and then you'll have to deal with blocking that in. So we have a lot of coke on hand. Let's go ahead. Let's look at our stock for just a moment. And A lot of sand. Sorry, getting distracted. Is it boulders? Yeah, it's boulders. We have 22 hematites, limonites, lignites. I just kind of want to see what... We do have some gypsum. We could... Plaster powder. Let's go ahead and unlock this stone that's here. Let's... We'll see if we have enough bags. I think I saw 4. 4 there. Magnetite, ore of iron. So let's make a rule for smelt magnetite ore. And iron bars less than 20. We'll let them deal with that. So they'll go grab coke. They're gonna grab. They need the magnetite and coke out of smelter. So they just made 4 iron bars just then. So then what we can do is let's make iron chains. We'll get some iron chains on hand, so we'll just say 10. We could start making iron weapons. Somebody, a flyman, came in, and we can't train a flyman. If I come in and I look at other... This flyman came through our front door and got caged. I don't really have... The flyman is inherently not evil. So let's go ahead and work on releasing the flyman. We're gonna have 2 problems. One is creatures like the flyman who maybe we don't want to treat evilly. And the other is, say, a goblin that we want to Al Pacino. So let's deal with the flyman nicely. So what we're gonna need to do is, this is what Dwarf Fortress is really about, is being distracted by something. You're on a mission, you're on a goal, you see something else. Oh, I'm gonna go deal with that. So let's go deal with that. So let's go ahead and we want a lever. We'll put this lever out here. We're probably going to reuse this lever quite a bit. We also want to build a cage. We want to build a cage outside. Now that flyman might just run back. We want to cancel construction. We want to build. We didn't specify the cage. We want... I want to remember how to specifically it's not a filter. What is it? It's I'm not remembering offhand. Last use pick manually. Okay, it's a Z here. So it was set to with filters. I wanted to choose items manually. Put down the cage. This cage has the flyman in it. There we go. That's much better. Let's just, while I'm thinking about it, let's make traction bench. I don't think I have a rule for that. Nope. Traction bench needs a table, a mechanism, and a chain. We just need a lever. We're going to attach this lever to this cage here. This can get kind of slow and tedious, and depending on how many creatures you have and have to deal with, it may not be worth it to go this slow and tedious route for this. But hey, I don't want to Al Pacino this flyman for no real reason. So I am going to pull this lever and hope the flyman just doesn't walk right back in the door and get trapped again. Let's see. That lever opened the cage, flyman headed back, but he took off flying. So there we go. That is how you release something that you don't want to Al Pacino. Let's look at where we got some more gypsum. That's lovely. Looks like this level has quite a bit of gypsum on it. That's rock salt. There's some limonite here. We might mine this out just for the limonite. There's a gemstone in the wall there. There's some hematite. There's some sapphires. More limonite. There's some good bituminous coal down here. What I'm not seeing so far is I'm not seeing any flux stone. Okay, we have a traction bench in our hospital. Our traction bench has been made. Now we just need to drag it over to the hospital, put it in. Okay, here's our traction bench sitting. And somebody grabbed it, and now we have a traction bench in our hospital. If I look now, I have 5 soaps on hand. I have 3 powders on hand. Looks like I'm short crutch. We can just do that real quick. This will put some, we'll just make some extras. We still have this 433 food. That's a lot of food. Did we attract any migrants? Nope. Like I said, it'll probably be a couple seasons of attracting no migrants. We can make some more plaster. If I can spell. What we'll probably end up doing is we'll run out of sacks. We should have We have a lot of cloth from that unfortunate incident at the front door with the trading post. Make cloth bags. Let's just make 10 cloth bags so we have some on hand. Making more cheese. You know, we haven't checked in to see how Zazit's doing. Satisfied at work. Euphoric due to inebriation. Frustrated after being unable to acquire something for too long. It's lonely after being away from family for too long. That's usually like they just need to hang out in the tavern together. Satisfied. Looks like Saz is just working too hard. Probably also missing family members that don't currently live at the fort. We'll probably never get them here, but it'd be nice if we could. Maybe they'll come in a migrant. That'd be nice. Did I just see Nomal eat a wheel of cheese? I think Nomal just ate an entire wheel of cheese. Little kid's appetite. Bayberry. Cherry wine. Blackberry wine. We seem to be doing okay for food and alcohol. Definitely need Luckstone. Let's grab these sapphires while we're here. I'm gonna go ahead and switch back to an all. Adventure time. And grab that one. Let's just... What I like doing sometimes is I like identifying a quadrant of the map for... Here's what we can do. Let's just... do something like this. An open area. I'm kind of thinking maybe this quarter of the map I'm going to maybe use as mining. I do need to still look for fluxstone. So let's go down. Let's go ahead and build out. Some more down. Kaolinite. Could be making some clay pots and okay, kaolinite. Okay. Got some marcasite. Give some nice color buildings. Some more gemstones. Got some lignite here and some bituminous coal. This will be a good floor for mining out, maybe to get a good collection of bituminous and lignite. We're going to need that until we find some lava. So I am at about an hour and 10 for this episode. Maybe we'll go for another 10 more minutes. I'm thinking an hour to an hour 20 per episode. For safety, I'm going to do something like this. I can put a drawbridge in here. The further deeper I dig, the scarier it can be. So I want to kind of dig down safely. We haven't even got to negative yet, so we might be fairly safe for quite a while. I know I did change some of those settings for layers. So we do have a lot of layers to get through. Human Bard is visiting. Okay, Scilab did engrave a masterpiece. This one here. The Snarling Books, engraved as a masterful Scilab Iterdude rendition of the Snarling Books, a masterfully designed image of two forgotten beasts. The image is the symbol of the Stake of Rhyme, a dwarven civilization. Nice. So now if I look, we can adjust the size, make this bigger. Sweet. So now I'm in 2000, but I haven't been evaluated really yet. That Masterwork should help. The bookkeeper will come along and they'll evaluate the rooms and say what the price of the rooms. That'll become important later when we get a mayor and a duchy, and we grow our civilization. Once we have royals, getting the price of a room is really important for once we need to get the royal quarters going. But we're only at 17 dwarves right now. At least everybody is fairly happy except for one. Let's see, kind of mediocre. It's probably one of the kids, but no, all the kids are happy too. I haven't even made toys for the kids, and we got happy kids. I'm not... Zazit is the only one that's not... Okay. We're not going to look at Zazit. We just discovered the cavern. Let's see how bad that is. We discovered a deep pit in the cavern. We discovered an expansive cavern deep underground. I'm going to leave this pause. Let me just look really quickly. Unable to acquire something, being away from family. They want to acquire objects. They want to be with family, be with friends. They want to pray. Okay, let's go look at this cavern. It wasn't that far down, so let's go ahead and cancel everything else here. Cancel all this. Cancel all this. Cancel that, that, and that. I guess we could keep those. Gives us a way down here. Do this. We want a door hatch. We want a hatch once they get another stairwell up. Okay. We want to put a hatch right here. We're going to block off this one with a hatch. Okay. And we're going to lock the door to this hatch. So this hatch is basically covering an open hole down. This is the initial cavern. We do have some olm blood on the floor here, so there are some wild olms around. There are some spider webs on the floor here. There's some cave swallows that look like they got caught in spider webs. There's some gemstones in the wall here. You can get a lot of good gems out of the cavern. This pit is going down. There's a pit here. It's coming down. So you have 3 cavern layers. The first cavern has this type of floor fungus, this color floor fungus on the floor. So you can tell when you get to cavern, the first level cavern, by the color of the fungus. Now if we come over here to this pit, so right here is the edge of the pit going down. There's a troglodyte. That'll be interesting. We're gonna have to deal with probably troglodytes coming into our fort at some point. So if I come down this pit, and I come down to the floor, we have a dense cave moss of this color. So this is a level 2, which was going to have level 2 cavern. So I'll have first level cavern, I'll have a second level cavern, I'll have a third level cavern, and then below that I should have the more interesting, the ocean of lava, magma, and other interesting fun stuff below there. With this cavern now being open, forgotten beasts can come and visit. Since I have the hatch in place right now, there's no real way for me to access the cavern or the cavern to access me. Since there is this pit here, that means the level 2 cavern is completely open to level 1. If there's a flying forgotten beast, they can just fly up through here. So I might have to wall in. It's only 2 layers, wall in here, but I'm guessing that probably the pit is accessible from another angle. So it's a dangerous pit. Dangerous situation there. What would be nice? Shale. Microline. Lignite. I'm just looking at the walls to see if there is any flux stone in these walls. Siltstone. We can erase that. Erase some of this extra floor here. Sweet. Kaolinite. Siltstone. Stone use. Oh, labor, stone use. Okay, so we're supposed to have lots of chalk on this board, but I'm not seeing any chalk. How do I know we have lots of chalk? Because it's checked for select to use in non-economic jobs. A non-economic job is making, say, a chair. And if I have enough chalk on the map, it will auto-check this box saying, you can make chairs out of fluxstone. So there is chalk somewhere. There we go. Hey, elevation 19. Okay. This is all chalk wall too. So what looks like we could do is probably move into this general area for digging down. Dig down to 19, grab some of that chalk and start making some steel. All right, that looks good. I think we have a plan. We're going to come down in the next episode, get some chalk, try and make some steel, try not to get eaten by forgotten beasts, and we'll see how it goes. Thanks for joining. I hope you're enjoying these videos, and I hope you have a great evening. Okay, thank you.